All right, YouTube land, we're back with another video. Today, we're featuring a little driver. George over in the mini grass called us up, said he needed a one pill and one of our 100 amp modules. I don't think he's going to run them together. I don't know what he's using the one pill for. He said he has two mobiles. One is a comp mobile. He keys down competitions, and was asking me if I'd do that, if I could, maybe possibly talk to him about some comp boxes. And so, since he asked that question, and I know that I've known him for a while now, he's bought a few other things off of me and talked to me before. I figured this video would be a good time if you guys would just have a little patience and sit here and listen to me babble. We need to cover some history real quick. So, anyway, I've been doing this, all of this, you name it, since the early 90s. In the middle of the late 90s, we got into keydown competitions. Been building boxes. We started as an amplifier tech, moved into radios and everything else, power supplies, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, short story of this, or to go on forever. We was very competitive in keydown competitions. There's our old Comp 8 from 98 to about 2004. That box is undefeated. I got 16 trophies with that box. Never blowed a pill, which is kind of scary the way I was running it. That box there would run a 3-pill driver at 16 volts, and we would be hitting the 8-pill at about 21, so about 20 and a half to 21, somewhere around there. It's amazing. It's got the original 1999 non-red dot Toshibas in it, Japanese soldiers. So, but anyway, yes, we've been there and done that. Normally you guys see me do clean power operation is our thing, and it always has been as far as shoot and skip, but we like to throw down too. We built a trashy ass radio, Cobra 29 for keydown comps, and we build Class C boxes. If we want to do that, I could set up a mobile tomorrow. I can be just competitive as I used to be. It's not it's like, to me, it's like riding a bike. I guarantee you I could. So, not worried about spectrum analyzer. We're not worried about scope today. All we're doing is demoing this Class C box and giving you guys some history, because I figured if George, he kind of follows me, if he don't know this stuff, then there's a bunch of you guys out don't know it. And it's always good to have another option. George's main guy is Stickman, and I have much respect for Stickman. We know he's sick right now, and so he, talking about using me as a backup option since Stickman's down, which we'd be more than happy to. He showed me a nice video of his no-name technology and his 1 and 2 mobiles. And so I'm not sure what he's going to use this for. So everything we build is quote-unquote comp tune. I hate that word, because if I build it, it's key down ready. If it's Class C and I build it, it's key down ready, period. Whether or not you have the skills to set your antenna system up right and key the mobile properly to win, that's on your back. I guarantee you I could slide into the driver's seat. If your antennas are set proper and you've got a true key down antenna system, a set of 5 or whatever you want to run, and they're tuned properly, I can slide and you got a good charging system, I can slide my amps in there and I will wreak havoc. I'll have another shelf full of trophies. And that's not bragging, it's just fact. But anyway, back to the deal here. 14.5 volts. And we got some big shoes to fill, since he normally goes to Stickman. Got lots of respect for Stickman. So anyway, not knowing which way he's going to go, we're at 14.5 volts. And we're going to demo this thing. So the way we demo things, the first thing we want to show you is the amp off. And we want to show you the reflected power passing through the box. Okay, so reflected power passing through the box. There should be none. Hello, 11111. Okay, so what we're doing, hello, is we're going to key up. We're keying up our radio. Turn the deck key up so you might be able to see it. I'm on a 500 watt slug, so you might not be able to see it. Hello, 111. You can see we're keying. No reflect. Passing through the box. Okay, this is no PP kit in this. This is the one we use for reading input reflected power. So we're going to turn the box on. We're going to run There's about a 50 watt dead key, 500 watt slug. This is one Toshiba 2870. One Toshiba 2290 non-red dot. We got the dead key up there for Toshiba for 2290, 50 watts, just to show you the reflect. There is none. We're going into a dummy load. That's input reflect. I'm not really showing the output reflect because I'm going into a dummy load. You know, turn this around, turn the slug around. There ain't gonna be anything. I could, you know. Anyway, there should never be reflect going into a dummy load. And for everything to be right, you got to be at 50 ohms anyway. So, and that leads me to the next thing here that we're going to show you guys. Whatever the radio's showing, with the box off. Box is off right now. It should read the same thing with the box on. Now, there's about a 1/4 watt difference, you know, give or take. But if the input tune on the amp is right and everything is true, whatever your radio is showing going into that 50 ohm load is what it's going to show on the input of the box. So, you know, that's just the way it works, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So, anyway, what we're going to do now is 14.5 volts, George. We're just going to kind of show you average watts. So run about a 40 watt dead key. Almost 40 watt dead key. Hello. All right, so we're running right at 60 watts. We're going to show the PEP. That's 60 average watts. Hello. Running about 160 watts. We're right at it, PEP. So if you do the math, and it's important that to show PEP power and average power, they both count, and they both have to add up. And if you want to know if what you're seeing is real, a real simple ballpark way of doing that is to take whatever you were doing average, 60 watts, multiply that times 2.666, and you should be right. It should show you about 160 watts in this case. I haven't done the math. I pray that that's what it's showing, and that way you guys won't rip me a good one. But that is the formula, 2.666. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and take this thing up. Now, when I was keying down, I run my drivers at 16 volts. This being a driver box, we're going to take it at 16 volts. Not 16.1, 16. So we're going to be right at 16 volts. Right there. Close enough. 16.0. Just a hair and some change. So, and our radio is at the same voltage. So what we're doing now is we're hitting this 2290. You know, in a keydown competition, it's blow or go. You blow or go. It's the way you do it. You torture stuff. You run stuff crazy. So my pre-drivers, like a 1-pill, my driver box my radio would all be on 16 volts. My big box, my 8-pill, 16-pill, 32-pill, whatever I was keying, would be on about somewhere, depending on what class it is, 19.5 to 21 volts, depending on what I was doing. So we want to make sure we cover all the bases for George here and give him a good demo of his 1-pill, so that's what we're going to do. So doing that, going up in volts, we've increased our dead key to almost 80 watts. We don't want that. We don't want to blow stuff up here on the bench. Not saying it would. It probably wouldn't. So we're going to run about a 50 watt dead key right there. Okay. Now this is where I really hate showing stuff like this because you got your guys, so many watts out of a so-and-so transistor. Bullshit. That's not bullshit. Because, see, the manufacturer of these transistors are very smart. Toshiba, when they made the data sheet, everything is minimum rating at 12.5 volts. So the old non-red dots were actually rated at 80 watts at 30 megahertz at 12.5 volts. That is 80 watts minimum power. That is under any circumstances, it should not show less than 80 watts. It does not give maximum rating. So what that pill does at 16 volts is irrelevant. They didn't make a data sheet for that. So just saying, because you always got the guy that that's got to go there. So anyway, it's about a 50 watt audio. Oh, we're bumping up there about 90 watts average. So 90 watts average out of 12290 at 16 volts. Let's put the PP in. Now I don't expect this thing, let's see, 90, that'd be 260 watts. I don't expect this thing to do 260 watts PP. I don't know what it's going to do because I haven't hit it, to be honest, like this yet. But I don't expect it to do that. But we got the PP kit engaged, so 500 watt slug. Let's just see what it's going to do. The 20 is 200. Hello! Oh, wow. Worldwide, worldwide, worldwide. Yeah, we're doing 200, about 210. 210 to 200 watts PP. So there you go, George. You know, worldwide, worldwide, worldwide. Yeah, it's holding up there. 200 watts, no problem. So anyway, that just a little bit of history of where we came from, a little bit of what we can do. We work both sides of the spectrum. You know, I don't recommend none of this stuff for daily talking. 14 volts is fine. I like to run clean. You know, but for you guys that are wanting, especially you guys over in the mini grass where your options are limited, if you want to run, you know, if you're looking for a second option on your comp stuff to run a keydown competitions, y'all hit me up. I'll be glad to quote you a price. Everything that I sell that's Class C is will be competition ready. It don't matter if it's going in a Kenworth or a Freightliner or a Peterbilt, or if it's going in the baddest keydown truck in the planet. Everything I build is keydown ready. I mean, it would be, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, you do that at your own risk. No warranty on pills. You know, the mobile will make or break you. If you can't set antennas, absolutely no reflect. Milliwatts of reflect. You know, when I keyed my 32 pill, I'd run about a 3,500 watt key and I'd swing forward. Milliwatts of reflect. We're talking 5 watt slug not moving in reverse. That's how my mobile worked. So that's the way you got to be if you're going to win. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all be safe, be careful, and be kind. We got a lot of stuff